actually publicly has been saying, yeah, Derek Chisora, me and Derek again. Let's go over old ground. Let's do it again. I mean, them fights, will go down in history as one great British heavyweight title fights. And but he's actually calling your name out now.
Yeah, you know what's so funny is you get opportunity to fight for the world title with one of the biggest blockbuster fighter, AJ, and then you fail a drug test, and then suddenly you want to fight me. I want to do that, So you remember he's been banned so many times, and we still let him go. So I say this to Robert Smith about a couple of years ago. I said, listen, if someone get caught cheating, 10-year ban. No, none of this 6 months, 10 years. That means what you know when you go to a restaurant, you'll call the chef and say, what's in this food before you eat it? So, because people cheat a lot in this game. But am I going to fight Dillian Whyte, basically? I don't know.
And there is Derek Chisora speaking on Dillian Whyte's two-timed adverse finding test. I think that's the best way you can explain that, I know of a lot of people, and he's got a bad rep, Dillian Whyte, of those adverse findings or those complications and stuff like that. But Derek Chisora is like, well, hey, man, he was the one that actually blew the honey ticket. He blew the cash cow, the jackpot. And I think they should have a 10-year ban. Him trying to be in there with me, and he's been caught a couple times, and, and he's saying people cheat in this business a lot. So what he's saying is, this is what Derek Chisora is saying, people. He's saying that the way you get caught, or the way adverse findings continually start to show up in your bloodstream or having issues, you're a cheater. And cheaters need to get a 10-year ban. So he's saying Dillian Whyte was cheating. Yes, he is. Derek Chisora is just saying it like that. He was just like, well, they've caught him cheating before, bro. So, he messed that fight up with Anthony Joshua, and then he's want to talk about fighting me for a third time. And now I just find it convenient that because Dillian Whyte has won both fights with Derek Chisora. The first fight, a lot of people thought Derek Chisora won because it was, a drug out fight. It was just a back and forth banger, but the second time he got knocked out. And then right after that, if you can remember, that was late 18, because people were hoping he would fight Luis Ortiz at that time, but he fought Derek Chisora the second time in the rematch. Knocked Chisora out in the 11th round. Chisora went on to, fight whoever he fought. But in 2019, he fought Oscar Rivas, and then those adverse findings popped up, right before that fight. And Eddie Hearn, though, which is suspect number 2, he knew about the adverse findings and said nothing to Oscar Rivas' team, which I think was bullshit. Because they should have known before stepping in the ring with someone like that he had some issues with his drug testing. You see what I mean? So yeah, that's shady already. That's some real sketchy stuff. Okay. So, of course, he went silent for a long time and things like that. And the next year he gets knocked out by, of course, Povetkin, which was another guy that is in the news, lately over some drug stuff, right? So yeah, but Derek Chisora's right. There is a lot of people cheating. Now, is that necessarily Dillian Whyte? No, not necessarily, but people do it enough for me now. I don't condone cheating, but here's the thing. When you find out someone's done something and you're a part of an agency, or you're responsible for taking samples or the information that you have, and you hold on to it and you don't go public with it, the question you got to ask yourself is why? Why don't you go public with it? What's the deal with you not releasing this information? And see, think about Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora is just really putting, a name on that face. A face to that name, right? dyslexia guy. So you'll know who it is. You'll know like, hey, no, he's one of those ones. Dillian Whyte is one of those ones that, you know, they found adverse findings in his blood or urine too many times for him not to be cheating. If you guys know what I mean. Okay, so that's what he's saying. So he's saying, will he fight him? He said, like, I don't know. I would say that is a no. I don't think that he cares to fight someone like Dillian Whyte, because Dillian Whyte either has done the Jarrell Miller route, that's probably have, used drugs to perform in a fight so many times to the point they've got a recipe of passing particular tests. Don't act like that ain't happened. That's happened. That ain't nothing fairy tale or me making it up. No, that has happened. That Victor Conte shit, that Memo Heredia shit, like all that. Angel Memo Heredia, that guy, he was doing the drug tests and was doing, could give these drugs to these athletes undetected. Yeah, undetected. So that being said, people, Derek Chisora is like, no, I'm not going to, I don't know if I want to fight someone like Dillian Whyte again. Simply based off the fact that, I think he may be a cheater, and I think this is what should happen to cheaters. 10-year ban. You guys tell me what you think of Derek Chisora's 10-year ban. I may go live later to talk about it, but I got to get some more content out. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Happy Valentine's Day, peeps. Peace.